I got OBS open. I guess the normal here. Talk, say something.
3, 2, 1. I've already started recording. So,
Alrighty, well, hello guys. It's been a minute. I started a new job and all at the same time going back to school. So the lack of videos has it's really been hard to try to find time to make a video with AVC, juggling all that and being a toxic male on top of all that. But here we are, and the Orthodox Jews rebel against COVID 19 clampdown in Brooklyn, which is interesting. I will note that this man has like one of like the better masks, but like his nose is out. His big,
big Jew
it
knows.
could be a her. It could be a her. I don't even know.
It could be a non-binary Jew, just for extra Soros effect.
A non-binary. Can you be a non-binary Jew?
I don't know. It's getting unsettling,
Well,
isn't it?
Well, as normal, I'll let AVC take the floor because he knows more about this than I do. So,
Yeah. So, in case anyone forgot, all right, New York is run by a Democrat governor, and oh yeah, okay, Cuomo's the New Jersey governor. So, De Blasio, who is really not that different from Cuomo in terms of policy,
oh
is
Jesus fuck.
you had one job. What do I not pay you for? Haha, no. All right. Okay. And just take a moment to appreciate the sweet irony. So, Democrats, they hate the right because they call the right Nazis. And some of the right are actually Nazis. But here is a Democrat persecuting Jews, very specifically because the Jews stand up to the government and say, no more oy vey, no more fucking coronavirus regulations, no more shutting people in their buildings because the flu is being the flu. So that's what the left is doing. The left is locking Jews up in buildings, and they're calling the right Nazis. Just let that sink in before we continue reading. Got it? Okay. All right. Let's read this article. Let's. Okay. What's the author's name? I want to judge a book by its cover, and start assuming things.
You want to judge a book by its why? I just clicked on the. I didn't click on shit. I don't know. I'm running an ad block. It must be invisible or some shit.
Okay. So this guy's name is Corky Simashko, which sounds very Polish. In case that's relevant. I don't know. I guess those Poles are back. Why Kodova?
I don't know.
Okay, so Mr. or Mrs. Corky Simashko is writing. Brooklyn was seething with resentment this Thursday after a second night of demonstrations in New York City brought by Orthodox Jews, infuriated by Governor Andrew Cuomo's COVID-19 clampdown on their neighborhoods. Wait, Cuomo's governor in New Jersey. What the fuck is he doing in New York? Or do I not know my American cities? Or is
I
Brooklyn
think
just
he's
close enough?
the. I think he's New York.
I thought it was Bill de Blasio. Or no, wait, de Blasio is the New York City mayor, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. I correct myself then. So, our friend Cuomo apparently has a problem with the Jews, despite being a Democrat and supposedly non-Nazi. But well, we'll find out. We'll see how this shakes out, huh? So the epicenter of the anger was in the Borough Park section, where what started a rally Wednesday in support of President Donald Trump turned violent with at least 100 Hasidim setting fires and burning masks in the streets and denouncing both Cuomo and New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio. Okay, yeah, right. I'm stupid. Local firebrand and city council candidate Harold Eshe Tischler directed the crowd to chant at a reporter named Jacob Kornblue, which was covering the story for the Jewish Insider, the local media reported. But the situation escalated and Kornblue said he was attacked by the crowd. I was just brutally assaulted, hit in the head, and kicked by an angry crowd of hundreds of community members at the Borough Park protest while yelling at me Nazi and Hitler after Heshi Tischler recognized me and ordered the crowd to chase me down the street, Kornblue later tweeted after New York City police officers came to his aid. Kornblue's account appeared to be supported by video posted on Twitter by a Gothamist reporter, which showed Tischler yelling at the cornered reporter, You are Moiser. Everybody scream Moiser. Tischler did not immediately return a request for a comment. Earlier, another man identified by the New York Daily News and other media as Bearish Getz was beaten unconscious when he was spotted videotaping the demonstration. Meanwhile, in order to reconvince you that the coronavirus is a huge problem and is even worse than the T-virus from Resident Evil, the World Health Organization reported a record one-day increase in global coronavirus cases.
Okay, this is all inflated bullshit. We'll skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that article's over.
Is it just a continue button?
Let me guess. It's.
See, there's a paywall.
Okay.
Nope, no paywall.
I thought.
De Blasio said on Thursday condemned the violence and said more police officers will be deployed to Borough Park. Asked why the city hasn't thought to do so earlier, especially since the New York City Police Department had been out in force for the largely peaceful George Floyd protests, de Blasio said, "We absolutely must have a consistency of response. We have to ensure that all the communities are treated the same way," the mayor said. That was a shitty New York accent. I apologize. But as of Thursday, nobody had been arrested in connection with assaults on Kornblue or Getz. The fear is fueled by new restrictions that Cuomo unveiled Thursday to combat a sudden rise in COVID-19 cases in the insular New York City neighborhoods where the Orthodox Jews predominate, where there have been some resistance to wearing masks and other measures aimed at stopping the spread of the virus.
So they're literally attacking the Jews like the Nazis did.
Yep.
This shit.
And the reason why they're
damn.
Yeah, and it's all coming together, isn't it? It's the Ouroboros snake chewing on his own tail. Like he started sniffing his own asshole, but now he's just like chewing on the tail like it's gum. Nom 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 nom. We're going full circle right now. But to buttress his argument that more stringent steps needed to be taken, Cuomo displayed photographs of Orthodox synagogues that had showed hundreds of worshippers crowded unsafely together for services. He noted that positivity rate in these Brooklyn neighborhoods was running at a worrisome 5%, compared to 1% in the rest of the state. 1% of your entire fucking state. And you want to... Oh my god. Where's the left to stand for the Jews against this heinous Nazi dictator? So... Oh well. To the extent that there are communities that are upset, that's because they haven't been following the original rules, Cuomo said. That's why the infection spread, but because they weren't following the rules and the rules weren't being enforced. 4 elected officials who represent the area issued a statement saying that they were appalled by Cuomo's move, especially as it came during the Jewish holiday of Sukkot. They were joined in their dismay by Roman Catholic Bishop Nicholas DiMarzio of Brooklyn, who claimed that the governor was attacking freedom of religion. You don't say, huh? Trump, who recently returned to the White House despite still being infected with COVID-19 and then recovering 2 days later as a 70-year-old man, weighed in earlier on the Brooklyn confrontations by retweeting conservative actor James Woods, who condemned the NYPD for breaking up a Sukkot celebration Monday night that violated state's pandemic restrictions. And on the street, there was more defiance. Here in Borough Park, we don't go by the laws of America, one demonstrator. Oh, hold on. Let me read that again. Here in Borough Park, we don't go by the laws of America, one Jew shouted. We have our own laws. You see how that works? You see how they're doing it? Let's take a hint. That's a very suggestive statement right there. Later on Thursday, a national Orthodox Jewish organization called Agudath Israel of America filed a federal lawsuit in Brooklyn charging that Cuomo trampled on their constitutional right to free exercise of religion. But that sentiment was by no means universal in New York City's Jewish community. We support the governor's and mayor's efforts to stem the spread of COVID 19 using a data driven, geographically based approach, trademark, registered trademark. New York Jewish Agenda President Matt Nosnachuk said in a statement Wednesday. Today, more than 300 rabbis and other Jewish religious leaders have come together to make clear that there is no higher Jewish value other than saving a human life. Oh, so there's a bit of a okay. Well, I don't know. If I were an Orthodox Jew in that community, I'd boot that motherfucker right out of the little compound. Like, nope. To do a deal with you. Some kind of Yiddish insult. Kapow. That's my boot hitting your ass. Meanwhile, a Brooklyn rabbi who lost both of his parents and older sister to COVID-19 was helping City Hall get the message across to his community that he was wearing masks and social distancing saves lives. I'm more sensitive to it, Rabbi Robert Bluestein of Ocean Parkway Jewish Center in Kennington neighborhood told the city, a local news website.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's the that looks like the actual end of the
Okay.
article there. So this little group of is it racist or for me to say to call them Jews? Is it racist for me
I'm
to say Jew?
okay, so the word Jew can mean either one. So there's like the Ashkenazi people, and then there's
So like
like, and then
so like my
there's
one of my ex girlfriends was Jew, but she wasn't Jewish.
so
So
she had like the big nose and the curly hair, but
she
she
had
didn't go to
very curly
synagogues.
hair. Her nose wasn't big, but she had the curly hair.
I'm no fan of Israel, especially sending American money to Israel only for them to blow it on like fucking bombs and Scud missiles to keep bombing the Gaza Strip.
But
That's a total
besides
fucking
that,
waste of money.
they have their own little square like they the people did in Seattle.
But I have absolutely no problems with the Orthodox Jews in New York. If anything, I love my little Jewish crackers. The ones those really flat ones. I forgot the Yehuda matzahs. Yeah, I love eating matzahs, and these guys are standing up to the government, and I'm very proud of them. Now we can take some notes. Note how this some schmuck from the community just came up to the article and said we have our own laws. Self governance is how you stand up to the fucking federal government. You have some motherfucker like Cuomo trying to shut your economy down for like what, a third time, and send your grandma to die in a fucking retirement home just to get the numbers up so they can hurt Trump.
Yeah, yeah, to force all the Jews into one building so that they could spread the coronavirus as much as they can amongst
But
those people.
but here's the issue though. Nobody's dying from coronavirus anymore because coronavirus is already dead. Trump, a 70-year-old man who is probably closer to the average death age for COVID. He had COVID, and look, 2 days after he recovered, 2 days later, he's perfectly fine, back in office, doing his okay hand signs and talking about how huge everything is. He's fine. Is that fucking COVID? I
Okay,
think it's just a cold, but what do I know? I'm just some asshole on the internet.
so
So yeah, we got a lot to learn from these guys. These
so
matzah eating.
Governor Cuomo hates Jews, and he is definitely a part of the big like ring of liberals that are trying to get rid of Trump. Is what is what this is.
Honestly,
Everything goes
okay,
back to getting rid of Trump and moving towards socialism in one way
that
or
is the
another.
entire MO of the left, whether it's the Democrats or Antifa, who are pretty much the same thing at this point. I don't think that Cuomo really has a particular axe to grind with the Jews. He only has a problem with the Jews because the Jews are consolidated into their own little like no-go zone. and they're giving a middle finger to the government, and they're standing in Cuomo's way of complete and utter control over New York, and that's why Cuomo doesn't like him. So any other, you can replace these, you can replace this group of Jews with literally anyone else, and Cuomo would probably have the same reaction. However, here's what the right isn't doing. The right-wing journals like Breitbart or whatever, or Infowars, they should be going ape shit right now, saying that Cuomo is prosecuting Jews. He's literally the Nazi that they're accusing us of being. But no, they're not doing that. They're just sitting on their fucking hands, writing articles about how, I don't know, giving
Well,
women
okay,
welfare.
so you can only trust like Fox News to like a certain point. You got to keep in mind a lot of those companies are, a lot of those news stations are just companies, and that's all they are. They're
I
not
mean, all the
a
news
lot of
stations
them.
are companies. And you can't even fucking trust nonprofits either because
So you could say that they're right wing leaning, but at the end of the day, it's still some form of big corporation that's just trying to make money, and then they're probably
fuck,
not going to see this as
even
being a way of
nonprofits,
making money.
even nonprofit. In fact, I think even nonprofits would be even less trustworthy because nonprofits have to work from donors. That's where all the revenue comes in, and without the revenue, obviously they wouldn't be able to produce anything in terms of content. So it's interesting how. Okay, so I sent you this link about 3 days ago, and they still haven't taken it down. They still haven't tried to memory hole it, and maybe they are, but we're bringing it back up. But it's not a good look for the left. So I don't know how this article got through. I don't know how it got through like the editors when it comes to like protecting the revenue. Because I'm sure Yahoo News is not immune to the Democrat money. So
I don't know. We're rolling on 17. I think this is a good place to call it here. What do you
yeah,
think?
just to drill in your head one last time, the Democrats are prosecuting Jews because the Jews said "fuck you" to Cuomo's coronavirus bullshit. Let that sink in.
Well,
Yep.
with that little PSA, thank you all for watching. Sorry I've disappeared for so long. I don't remember the last time I made a video.
4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago. So
Yep.
yeah, about a month ago. Uh, got a new job. Had to start school up again. Lots of things have just kind of happened. Started a new diet. Lost weight. So everything's really going good for me. It's just the amount of time I have now is a lot less because me and AVC were working on these videos like nonstop. I mean, I didn't have a job. Well, I got laid off because of fucking COVID. Thanks to the Democrats, they took my economy and they took my job. But I got a job back. Things are kind of starting to level out, and we'll see how things go after the election. I will still try to get videos out. I'm gonna try to do them at least once a week, if not more. If I have the time, I'm gonna try to do them on the weekends. I just found time today, and I don't really have much time left today. And that's really it. I don't really have a whole lot else to really get out to you guys. I really love going through and reading video comments. I really love going through and just seeing your guys' reaction to the videos and seeing what you guys suggest. I love all your comments. I enjoy going through and reading them, and I enjoy going through and seeing people in our Discord. We have a Discord now. You can it's down in the description. You click on a link, it'll take you over there, and you can join the Discord, join the chat. Yeah, but that's all I got. That's all I got. Hopefully that was wholesome and sincere.
No homo.
Well, no homo. Yeah, no homo. Remember, are they smoking or are they gay? It's gay to smoke. That's the end of the video. I left it at that.
Interesting.